Previously on Syrvivor. We first see Derek finding another one of Hannah's fake idols, only to realize that it is a fake from Mike, and realize that Hannah has been playing games all season. At Maroon 9, we see Geneva use her snake advantage to grab the 24-hour idol. At the end though, it was Jack using Mitch's words against him to make him the central target, having Daisy flush the idol as well. At Tribal, however, Daisy and the others soon come to realize that her idol was the fake that Nassan planted, so it was Daisy going home at the last Tribal Council. The tribe swap looming, who knows what will happen next? Find out tonight on Syrvivor Syracuse.
Alright, it's about 1:45. I am leaving Hannah Dolan's apartment. I got there at about 9:15 and we talked strategy for almost 4 hours, if I'm doing the math correctly. We both think it's in our best interest to work together behind the scenes because I don't think anybody's worthy of winning the game besides her if it's not me. And we both agree that about each other. So I'm at a crossroads right now and I do not know what to do. All I know is that Hannah Dolan and I are gonna run this game as far as we can. Scary enough, I trust her 100%. I trust her 100%, and that scares me a lot.
Zeleny getting your first look at the new Maroon 9 tribe, now to 7. Abby is not here, but Daisy was voted off the last tribal council. Derek, what's your view on that?
I don't really know what the reasoning is, but I got a chance to see a little bit of their tribal, and it seemed like it lasted a pretty long time. So definitely some schemy shit going on in that tribe.
That was a great tribal council. Walking forward with a confident tribe. There's more people I can trust on the tribe now after that vote happened, so things are looking up.
It's today.
What's today? What's today, Hannah?
Today. What?
What's today?
The tribe swap.
You think a tribe swap's happening?
Yes.
All right, on that note, everybody drop your bucks. Valentina's gonna collect them.
That's what they did in the...
Alright, Geneva, you're obviously a fan. So tribe swaps are usually 2 or 3 tribes. What do you think it might happen today?
Yeah, I honestly don't know. I felt like something was coming. It could be 2 tribes, it could be 3. Don't think it would be like 6. I heard something like that, but I don't think that would work. I think it could be 2. I think it could be 2. I think it could be 3. Ultimately, it would be interesting to see how the tribes switch up, where numbers go, like if, you have old members, new members of different tribes, so we'll see.
So, in this game of Syrvivor Syracuse, you can never know what to expect. So, with Syrvivor Syracuse, we are starting something new. This section of the game is called the transition section, where there will be 1 tribe. It doesn't count as a merge, it doesn't count as a tribe swap. This challenge will determine which tribe you're on. So, all 14 of you, including Abby, will compete in this challenge and we'll get 2 winners. Those 2 winners will be the 2 tribes. And the 2 winners also will be immune for the next tribal council and will have immense power going into it.
Oh my god.
I'm mad at myself.
Like team captains again?
Come on.
Kind of, but not team captains. They're just part of their team already. So, meet your tribe. This is called the No Name Tribe.
All the days I had your
Hi, nice to meet you. I'm so happy.
Oh my god.
I'm really sad, but like I'm sad that they have to have it.
I don't know.
Let's go around the circle. Should we do ice cream?
So that said, Mike, how are you viewing this transition period?
I'm kind of confused right now, but we'll just go with it. Like, let's rock.
Fair enough. Austin, I'll take that back.
Sorry, guys.
We're all safe. We're all
Sorry,
safe.
I don't have it.
I don't have to.
For this challenge, there'll be 2 individual immunity winners, and I'll explain more to that when we get to it. Are you guys ready to find out today's challenge?
Yes.
Yes.
For that, we have one more twist. Sean, take it away. Join your tribe. Season 1 player Sean DePaz is joining this season. 15 players in. Season 1 player Sean DePaz is joining your tribe to form the consolidated 15. Sean, how are you feeling joining this new tribe after playing season 1?
I mean, good. Obviously, I have a little bit of an advantage in the sense that I played last season, but I'm also at a severe disadvantage because I have absolutely no idea what's going on in the actual game. So it's gonna be interesting. It's probably gonna be a much different experience than last season.
Mitchell, you're smiling heavily. What are you thinking of this?
I don't know. I joked to Jag and Tribal. I was like, yeah, he's here. He's going to join the game. And I did not. Is he participating on challenge?
He is participating in the challenge.
All right.
He is officially in the game. Andrew, what do you think? I mean, obviously he's still in season 1 if you're keeping up with the episodes, so.
I mean, I feel like he has to have either won or gotten far enough for this thing. I feel like if you were voted out, you wouldn't be invited back.
He looks bitter. He looks so bitter.
Derek, I brought up a question to you before, or brought up the question to someone before, being that these tribes were originally 7-7. With Sean coming in, that's kind of a number, you think?
I mean, definitely. At this point, it's going to kind of be interesting to see who wins, because if one person from each tribe wins this challenge, they might kind of divvy up the way things were before, and it'll be interesting to see where Sean lands in that, kind of organization.
Fair enough. All right, now we'll get to what the challenge is. The challenge is called the Survivor Combine. So technically, you'll be doing a combine challenge to get drafted into your tribes. So the 2 winners will be in individual tribes. So that will be the combine, that will be the draft. So for this challenge, don't need this many balls, but you need to transport 2 balls to that bucket and then back. So you have to run with 1 ball, drop it, back, grab another ball, drop it, back, and then complete a word puzzle. The word puzzle is Syrvivor Syracuse related. Keep it going, Mike. You got it. Almost time. For a 2-word phrase, Syrvivor Syracuse related.
ready?
Born ready, Blue.
Alright, Survivor's ready. Go!
With that said, Austin, you're granted immunity as well as Mike. Austin, you get the choice. Do you want to be back on the green tribe or red? Take red. This is you. Mike, this is you. These are your tribes. All right. The rest of you will be seen at tribal council, except for these two. The immense power I'm talking about is each of these players have the power to save one person out of you guys to not go to tribal, essentially saving them. Austin, you will pick first, and then Mike, remember that Abby and Andrew are also part of them, so you can pick them. Austin,
Picking now? Oh my god.
your pick. Yes, he is picking right now. This person will not go to tribal council and will be technically saved and be a part of his tribe moving forward.
He just joined the game, so I'm gonna go with Sean.
Going with Sean. Sean is safe from this week's tribal council. Sean, you can join them. You are a part of the Zeleny tribes.
He has red.
Oh. Sean's part of the Maroon 9 tribe with Austin. Sean, how do you feel?
Doing good.
You
There's
don't
no
know-
that's my first week back and I got nothing to worry about.
How do you feel with Austin picking you to be safe?
Good. I mean, don't really know anybody, so it's gonna be the start of something good.
Fair enough. Mike, the floor is yours. You get to pick one person to save.
This isn't I'm sorry for week one, Derek.
Derek. Back on the green tribe. Goes
Thanks,
Derek.
bro. Appreciate it.
Derek, how do you feel?
Tired, but very grateful.
Grateful to Mike?
Yes, thank you.
Very
Derek.
good. All right, with that said, you 9 plus Andrew and Abby 11 will be headed to tribal council, where one person will be the 5th person voted out of this game.
Oh, so we're going
Yeah,
Do they vote? Do they vote?
What's that? These 4 do not vote.
In addition, we will have a snake this week out of U11. There will be one snake. The snake works as general. If you get voted off this time around, every person out of the other 10 will gain a new immunity idol clue. If you don't get voted off, you get the stereotypical advantage, regular advantage. We have 11 cards here. Abby and Andrew will grab their cards afterwards. Alright. These will be Andrew and Summers. Andrew and Abby's. I'll give it to them. Am I missing anything? Oh yeah. For your no tribe, you guys have bunks. Ooh. For U11, tribal council, where someone will be the 5th person voted off. Don, Austin, you are tribe. You're safe, not going to tribal council. Derek, Mike, you are tribe, safe, not going to tribal council. That's all I have for you guys. Thank you.
So excited to be back, obviously. Obviously at the point that you see this, you'll know that I didn't win the game last season, so I'm trying to redeem myself. Austin saved me this week, which is cool. I can get back and don't have to worry about anything right out of the gate. So hopefully that means something in terms of like an alliance in the future. The one person that I did know, Derek, is on the other tribe, so that's kind of sucks, but we'll see how that ends up affecting the game. But we just did a lot of running, and now I feel really sick.
It's so bad. It's so bad. And now they can't vote. 4 of my people can't vote. And all of my alliance members are on the bottom with me. Go home. I can't. So
Man, I thought I did a lot better on that challenge. I think I just moved. I mean, I already knew it was going to be Syrvivor Syracuse. Like when I saw like the 2 wides and the 2 Vs, that's automatically what I thought. But I think I just moved a little slow on the challenge. Losing by 6 seconds was not cool. I'd much rather have immunity. But we do have the former Maroon 9 tribe does have numbers for the people getting voted out, 7-4, I think. Yeah, I think 7-4. Because we have not a single person was chosen for immunity. So we have all of our members. So even if we just have, so we need at least 6. So if 2 of our people switch over, that's not good. But I think we'll be okay.
Any target for this week?
My initial target would be Sean, but he was chosen to have immunity. So I don't know. We think Geneva might have an idol. So she might be a target, but at the same time we want to keep our Maroon 9 number strong. So I think collectively as a Maroon 9, we do want to get Hannah out. I don't think a lot of us trust her, and we think that she's kind of pulling the strings on their side. And like I said before, I know that the other tribe views me as a threat, so I put the target on my back. So I'm hoping to nullify that as soon as possible.
Alright, so quite the twist. I'm one of the 11 people that could be going home, but the good thing is my alliance of 5 is all on the tribe. So we have 5 with Mitchell. So my whole tribe is in the alliance of 11. Now, in past Survivors, everyone says, oh, you got the majority, it's the easy vote. That's not going to happen. I really want to see if Erica will work with me. I'm going to try and talk to her right now and see what's up, but Austin and Mike won, and they're an alliance, and they picked Sean and Derek. And I know that Derek's advantage comes into play if he makes the merge. If him or Sean make the merge both, then they both get an advantage or something like that. So that's not good. They're both safe, and I got to get some work done. I got to get them both off. So it's going to be a long road, but I'm the only one here that can make it possible. So
any targets for this week?
Oh, God. Any targets? Hannah Dolan. I've been playing with her mind quite a bit. I've met with her a few times. Told her I'd take her to the final 2, but she's not getting to the merge. That's all I can say.
All right, thank you, man. Let's be real.
If you vote for us, I'll vote out who you want.
You have to understand that I don't trust you yet.
I know. That's why I'm telling you. If you come with us, I will vote for whoever you want, and they'll be out of the game. Whoever you want to vote out, I'm telling you right now, I will vote them out. Because I want to work with you. Whoever, look, we have 5, and my 5 are not going to waver. If you jump on board with us, we have the majority, and you can pick who you want to vote out.
Not really sure how this week's gonna go. A lot of people to talk to. 2 people saved, missed it by just that much. Pretty disappointing. But here we are, back up again for Tribal. Got this paper, so we're gonna just get it over with. Open it up. Blank. Alright. So, got the snake. Gonna have to find out who that is, and yeah, we'll see. See how the week goes.
Before the challenge, we're like, all right, challenge like isn't gonna start yet because we're gonna have a tribe swap because, you know, like my snake advantage and Derek's snake advantage told us that we were gonna have a tribe swap at 14 or 15. We got to 15 and it didn't happen, so we got down to 14. It has to happen. So I bring my advantage and I'm like, I'm gonna make a swap today. And Luke pulls something completely different out of his sleeve. And me, Austin, and Mike were all before this challenge, like thinking of all the possible situations that a tribe swap goes, of like how we're gonna end up. What happens is that Austin and Mike are the 2 winners of the challenge, so they get to pick someone to be safe during tribal. So I'm thinking in like our tight alliance of 3, I'm like, okay, like you're gonna be safe this week, Erica. Like one of them is bound to pick you. So Mike picks first because he was first, and or no. Austin picks first, and Austin picks Sean. So I was like, okay, like interesting, whatever. And then so I have Jack in my ear from Maroon 9. Jack is going, he's like, it's gonna be you for Mike's pick, and I was like, no, it's not, like whatever. And Mike picks Derek, and my heart like dropped in my chest. New tribe with like, literally I'm alone, completely alone. Jack is right here in my ear going, when Mike picks Derek, Jack goes, uh-oh. Why would you do that? So I was like, whatever. Jack and I were supposed to talk yesterday, but we didn't. So he goes, we're gonna talk. He elbows me, or this way, I guess. He elbows me and goes, you're not going home next week. And then he's like, do you want to talk after? So he pulls me aside and like starts talking when everyone is right there. My entire, because the 3 girls on my tribe were left, and it was like his whole tribe, minus Andrew because he had to leave, and minus Abby because she wasn't there, is standing right there, and we're like right here. And he starts talking to me, and I'm like pleading the 5th, like I'm not gonna say anything right now. He promises me that, he says to me, my 5 are strong. You tell me who you want out, they will go home this week. And the icing on the cake for me this week is that, guess who got it again? I'm so over being the snake. This is the worst. I don't want anybody else to know about this.
A lot of twists today. Tribal was interesting, got Daisy out, and I think that's good, especially because I think she'd be the person most likely to flip in this exact situation that we are, so I think that's good. With the whole tribe merging together, but like not really merge, I think it's good that no one from our tribe won and that no one was chosen to be immune, so we have 7 against 4. However, none of us trust Geneva because we think she might have an idol. We don't really know what's up with her. So we don't really trust Mitchell either. So we think those two may flip.
Let's examine our board. So here are the people this week. So this is kind of how my brain is organized. So over here toward the right. So when I think of the 5, I think of like Jack and Eli like in this kind of shape. And then I think of like Summer on the right, Abby, Andrew. He's kind of up there with the guys, but for the purposes of this, I put that down there. Then we've got Geneva and Mitch. So these are all the Maroon 9. They're all in the transitional tribe this week. And then we have, oh, look who that is. That's me. And then we have Erica, Megan, and Addie. And they're also, so this is transitional tribe. Over here is everyone who's safe. They're not really important this week. I mean, they're important every week, but not right now. We got Sean, Austin who picked Sean, and Mike who picked Derek. Interesting choices. I'm sure we'll talk about them later if we haven't already. But here's this week. So we are voting together. They're voting together. They should be voting Erica. We are voting Jack right now with a secret plan and a secret signal to then vote Summer if need be. And they, I think, are going to vote with us. So if they vote with us, we have the numbers. If any of us flip or vote with them, they have the numbers.
Here we are, less than 24 hours before Tribal Council, and Mitch and I have a huge decision that it's going to affect the rest of this game. I have not been taking this decision lightly. People have been telling me, oh, what you do is really important. Oh, what you do, you have to think about the 5, or you got to think about the advantage on the other side. People have just been throwing things my way, in a sense, to be like, do what's better for your game in my game. But I don't really think that people are thinking about my game. People are thinking about their game, which is fair, but I don't want to just vote out one of the 4 Zeleny because 7 strong. I don't know how the 7 strong is better for my game, because in reality I'm a 6th out of 7th and Mitch is 7th out of 7th.
Yeah, so it is midweek right now. Travel a few days ago, got saved, basically. I met with Geneva the day after, and we had a very long chat. We talked for 2-3 hours, actually. I wanted to get her side of what happened last week, and I told her my side and how basically I didn't really have a side because no one really talked to me. I talked to Hannah after I talked to Geneva on Sunday. Basically told her I'm open to hearing suggestions, that I really just want to talk to people this week, get a feel of where people are. I told her I'm open to anything, that I kind of want to disrupt the 5, but I would need to be 100% certain. And so, I told her, I was like, I wanted to talk to people, and then she was like, okay, like I'll get Addie and Megan to talk to you, blah, blah, blah. So I talked to Megan last night and kind of told her the same thing, that Geneva and I basically are a package deal this week, and we're open to suggestions, but we're gonna try to do the best thing for our game.
The Maroon 9 talked. Like, the 7 of the Maroon 9 that are left, they all talked. They all agreed on me to vote me. So Mitchell and Geneva keeps telling me that she still doesn't know which way she's voting. I don't know if I'm gonna play my idol. I don't want to play it incorrectly and look stupid, but I also don't want to go home this week.
Hit it!
Oops, that was really loud.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, so we are currently at Smoothie King, and we're talking a hell of a lot of game.
Yeah. Yes.
What are we saying, boys?
I think it's Jack. I think it's Jack. So all we need to do is make sure they vote you. So, or we know who they're voting, not to like put all the pressure on you.
No, like,
but just because that idol play is extremely important in case
Geneva.
we can't trust Mitchell or Geneva. But here's the thing: we'll know after this vote if they're with us or if they're not.
Exactly.
So,
what's the worst case scenario?
Worst case scenario is one of us goes home, right?
Yeah. I mean, like, that could still happen. Like, we could misplay an idol, and they could have tricked everyone and got, I don't know.
Yeah, I think they would have had to got Mitch and Geneva, though.
From the looks of it, here's the scoop. Obviously, the 4 Zeleny members do not want to go home. None of us want to go home. But also we don't want to throw each other under the bus. Like, who wants to throw each other under the bus? So while I'm simultaneously saying, Jack, please don't let it be me. And he's like, no, it's not you. I trust you. Blah, 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 whatever. You know, it's not you. It's not going to be you. Not even thinking about it. It's, I can't have them vote Addie or Megan, because if they vote Addie or Megan, I lose my influence in Zeleny. Because I can keep tabs on Megan and Addie. They're going to vote with me. They're going to work with me. I think we're on the same wavelength, mind-wise. They are, I don't want to call them goats because they're smart women, but they're my goats. I gotta keep my little herd, my little peeps, my little crew, all to myself. I gotta keep them in the game. And so that leaves Erica. So I've basically, I mean, don't tell Erica, but I've offered her up to Jack, saying, look, vote Erica. We're gonna look, we can't vote for her with you, but we'll look the other way. And he was like, damn.
Okay, this plan is going to turn into the greatest blindside in Survivor Syracuse history if I'm not the biggest idiot in the world. So, we have 11 people on this no-name transition tribe. Thankfully, my whole tribe of 7 is there, leaving 4 Zeleny clearly on the outs. But we want to make a giant move that I think people on the other tribe would be down for. I have an alliance of 5. Mitchell and Geneva are on the outs because they can't be trusted. They talk to other people on the tribe. So my 5, we're all putting down Hannah. And also, Erica, Austin, and Mike are an alliance of 3. Erica is alone because Austin and Mike are immune. I'm close with Austin, and Andrew is close with Mike. That influence is going to allow us to flip Erica to vote with us to get us this majority of 6. I'm meeting with Erica tomorrow, and I'm going to show her text messages from Hannah saying that Hannah wants Erica out, and that is going to put us over the top. So with my 5 plus Erica is 6. They're going to play the idol for Addie when we're really voting Hannah out, and Hannah Dolan's going to be out pre-merge. If Hannah gets out pre-merge, everybody wins. Because she wants her influence to be put in this game so bad, and she will not have a chance to do it because she'll be gone. Like I said, if I'm not the biggest idiot in the world, and I can't read people, then I deserve to go home. But that's not going to happen because I have people that listen to me and do whatever I want. They didn't vote me out the first vote. I can't believe it. They should have.
So it's a big vote. It's a big vote today. Right now, well, the big vote this week. So tomorrow, we're all kind of talking about trying to flip Erica to come to our 5 to make 6 because that means we have a majority because we're worried about Geneva and Mitchell flipping. So I'm going to meet with Hannah tomorrow because we want her out and we think she's the biggest threat in the game. And we also just don't like her.
And we're going to convince her that Eli and Jack and you guys are going to flip with her.
Yeah. She needs to go.
What he said. Yeah, I mean, I'm lying to her pretty good right now. Like, I'm playing her so hard right now. It's so good.
Yeah, and I'm gonna try to let her even more tomorrow and convince her that Jack and I have flipped on Maroon 5 and that we're gonna pretty much just join their alliance. And we're gonna try to convince her that she's safe and that either Mitchell, Erica, or Addie is the target. And then hope, because we think they have an idol between them, or we know they have an idol between the three of them. And so we're gonna try to either get it off of Hannah or just convince them that they don't need it at all, and then blindside Hannah.
Okay, so we're all here in Bird, except for Eli. He had to bail. But I think we have mostly come to the agreement that Erica has to go because Austin and Mike are her two closest allies, and both of them are not voting and safe this week, so now would be the best time to take her out, as well as her advantage that she got from being the snake earlier. Does anyone else have anything to add to that?
She's the only option. She's got to go home. There's nothing really else to say, nothing to elaborate on. We all agree Erica's the one that has to go home.
Austin and Mike kind of screwed her over by not picking her and like leaving her alone because Maroon 9 has the numbers this week, so we got to take advantage of that.
Yeah, we're just super lucky that we are all still
Yeah, they really
7-4.
should not have left us all together. They should have, someone should have picked one of us at least to even out the numbers, but that's on them. We're gonna play the cards we're given.
And the other three girls just aren't really, I think, threats that we have to worry about. So
Yeah, like,
I think
not
this
like Erica.
choice makes obvious sense.
Anyone else? Mitchell, anything to add?
Oh, and her advantage might come in as the swap, so if we don't get her out this round, then that advantage comes into play literally on Saturday.
I've never thought harder about something in my entire life, but it's such an easy decision. There's just so many different ways it can go. The stressful thing is, I know that Hannah thinks that me and Erica are her little minions. She thinks that she can control both of us and will allow her to make the decisions when she wants, so she can have moves that she can take credit for, which is what she's admitted to. She wants to flush Erica's idol out this week, and after talking to Erica for 2 hours yesterday, we both decided that we were going to pin each other against one another and tell Hannah we want each other out, which is going to work because it's going to distract Hannah from actually thinking that she's a threat to go home. My 5 plus Erica are going to vote Hannah, but we told Mitchell and Geneva that we're all going to vote Erica. And since they're snakes, they're going to go to the other tribe and say that we want Erica, and Hannah is going to convince Erica to play her idol to flush it, because Hannah doesn't want Erica to go home. Hannah wants to flush the idol so she can decide when she wants to take Erica out for a move. Hannah's thinking way too far ahead.
Oh, here's the tea. It's gonna be Jack, Summer, or Erica in my mind. I can't vote Erica because I can't flip on her. I mean, I feel like I can trust Erica. I mean, right? And then, and I want to get out one of the 5. I've just always wanted to get out one of the 5. It just makes sense to get out one of the 5 right now. Make the other Zeleny feel like they're a majority. Make them feel like they're safe. So, doing that, that would mean Summer or Jack. Pros for both. But, as you know, I've had a secret alliance with Jack all week. Since the last challenge tribal. And before that, which is very important to me. It's very important for me to go to one of the ways I could play this game is going to the end with the best. And why not go with someone wild and crazy like him? But here's the deal. He has made himself such an enemy, because he told Derek that Megan is obnoxious, and Derek told everyone else. So Megan hates him, Jack hates him, thinks he's slimy, she's very paranoid of him, wants to get out of the boy, and then Erica, because of their interactions, she doesn't trust Jack, so there's all these people who are gunning for that Jack. They all want Jack, and it's like, how can I say no?
Home because she wants to, keep him in because he's a super fan, but I'm so mad that she said that to me actually, because so what? She's a super fan too. She deserves to be in this game as much as he does. And she wants to get the girls out, which doesn't make sense because one, the girls are very flippy, so we can always bring them to our side if need be, and 2, they're just not the biggest targets right now. I think the 3 guys are the biggest targets, And personally, if I had to choose one, it would be Jack. I just like haven't talked to him. He gives me weird vibes, so.
Alrighty.
All right, vlog time.
So we just talked about each one of our options, and this week's gonna be really risky no matter what.
Yeah.
But I think I'm definitely feeling good with having Mitch and Geneva on our sides. Hope you feel the same way.
Yeah, I think like as long as these four Zeleni are solid, I think we have a good chance.
So it's about an hour before the challenge. I'm feeling very nervous because I know it's gonna be my name on the block. I know the other tribe wants to vote me. Something about like Jack and I being threats, but they don't want to vote Jack to like I don't know because like he'll be an easy vote. I don't know in the future to get out, something like that. But I'm confident in our 6. I'm pretty sure Erica's with 99% sure Erica's with us. But if Hannah plays her idol, I'm gone. So we're banking on that. We're banking on her not playing her idol. And if I get voted out, I probably will cry. I love Syrvivor so much. Only one thing to do but wait.
Another quick staircase blog, just because I got a lot on my mind same day, maybe 3 hours after the challenge now. So I kind of went out and tried to win today just because I talked to Jack yesterday and he said that his tribe kind of used me and Hannah as threats, and given the twist of one tribe for now, I kind of wanted to do all I could to make sure that it wouldn't be me this week. So while I'm kind of putting this target on my back a little bit by performing this week and last week, I definitely didn't want to take a risk today, even though Jack did tell me that they wouldn't vote me out. I want to see I want to see how this goes, because he says he wants to combine his 5 of Summer, Abby, Eli, and Andrew with me, Erica, and Mike to form an 8, just so that we're safe in a swap and post-merge and everything. But I didn't really want to be the test guinea to see how trustworthy that he is by saying that. So hopefully, Erica stays. It's great that Mike also won, but now we're 2 Zeleni down just like that. Even Mike and I are in different tribes, and that's one of my number 1 allies. But as far as the vote goes, there's 7 Maroon 9 voting, 4 Zeleni. So we're heavily outnumbered. So if they say Maroon 9's strong, it'll be one of the original Zeleni going.
It's been another eventful night. Very, 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 very eventful. The 4 girls met up and basically solidified that we were voting for Jack. Hannah seemed to be on board, but I don't actually know. So I just talked to Mitch and he said, I don't know if anyone's told you yet, but Jack and the 5 are voting for you. And I was like, no one's told me that yet, because nobody has explicitly told me that yet. Hannah mentioned it in passing one time, but she never actually went in depth. But the girls keep alluding to it, and I think Hannah's probably kicking herself every time that they say something about it, because I'm not supposed to know. But basically, one of 2 things is going to happen this weekend. Hannah is going to have 6 votes against her, God willing. The other ones are either 5 for Jack if Hannah actually votes for Jack, or 4 for Jack and 1 for me if Hannah votes for me. And Jack, I'm trusting him in the 5, because I don't think they would be putting in as much effort as they are to make me think all these things and to say all that stuff about Hannah. I don't think that they're lying about it. I think they, like, does Jack want to get me out eventually? Absolutely. But I don't think it's now.
But I'm in a very tricky spot because because this next tribal, I could be seen as a threat. People could put my name down. And that's really scary. I don't want to go home yet at all. If I went home pre-merge, I would be so devastated, so devastated. And I'm proud of what I've done so far, but I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet. Please don't send me home, people. So I'm relying on my man's Jack and our secret power couple stuff. And by power couple, I mean that we're a pair that people will not see coming. And do I trust him? To an extent, yes. I don't understand who in their right mind would take me to the end, but I think if anyone in this group would, Jack has the ego to do it. Jack thinks he's the best. Jack thinks he's the greatest. And I mean, so do I. So do I. But it's a little too much. It's a little misplaced. So if he'd take me to the end, like, I'm all for it.
And frankly, I'm excited to see her get voted out on Saturday because I've straight up lied to her for 2 weeks in a row. This has been an Oscar performance by me, and also Eli, because Eli and I convinced her that we'd flip and vote however she wants, and she's convinced. This is going to be so good. Hannah has no idea it's coming, and Erica's like my number one ally now. She told me that she has an idol. She also told me she's the snake, and she told me if I helped her stay this week, she would tell me the advantage before she tells everyone else, which is beautiful. In the future, I definitely want to work with Erica more than anyone else. We've been talking a lot over the last few days, and she's voiced all of her emotions and all of her concerns to me, and I've told her that she can trust me 100%, which she can, because I genuinely want to work with Erica all the way till the end. And the two of us are smarter than anyone out here, and we can win this game because our minds are advanced, and we don't care who we lie to. We don't care what it takes to win. And that's how Hannah thinks right now, but we're smart enough to know that she's dangerous and she can't go further. So see you later, Hannah.
So welcome, Transition Tribal, Transition 11, whatever you call it. Addie, talk to me about the situation right now. There's 7 Zeleny people, there's 7 Maroon 9, 4 Zeleny. You're both in this tribal together with 4 people on the outs, or 4 people safe otherwise. Tell me what you're thinking right now.
Honestly, my mind's kind of just spinning. I just don't know where everyone stands, and it's hard to, this whole week it's been hectic, and just knowing, like, I barely talk to anyone, so it's hard to, like, know what's happening. It's just paranoia all over the place.
Fair enough. Summer, this is your 3rd tribal in a row. Obviously, it's different. How does it feel to be going to tribal again for the 3rd week in a row?
Yeah, I was gonna say it is different. Like, I've never heard Addie talk at a tribal. It's interesting to see what the other tribals say and to kind of hear from the other side, but also kind of sucks being here 3rd time in a row. So hopefully this is my last time for a little while.
We'll see. Abby, so you weren't there last challenge, but you were informed that Sean entered the game.
Mm-hmm.
So being that there were 14 left of you, 7-7 split, and Sean enters, how interesting is that dynamic that he could be a deciding vote after this tribal?
It's going to be huge, especially since he played season 1. Like, he had some experience with Syrvivor Syracuse. It was definitely a twist I didn't see coming at all. But it'll definitely be interesting to see, since alliances are kind of already formed and people already know each other, but we don't really know Sean. So.
So Erica, we come into the challenge, last challenge. People are expecting a tribe swap. Did you expect this?
No. No. Yeah.
Okay. Hannah, how crazy is that you're in this tribal of 11 people with some from one tribe, some from the other, and you're not necessarily a tribe? How crazy is this new transitional period?
To have 11 people in a one tribal before merge is pretty crazy. And it was definitely unexpected. And it's just, it's hard to know, we haven't had any other exposure to this other tribe at this point. So this week was like, okay, got to figure out where they are. Got to find, you know, who's on the top, who's on the bottom. Are there any cracks? Are there any cracks in us? How do we solidify? You know, how do we patch those up? How do we survive another week?
Cool. Jack, what's your view on the transitional period?
It's definitely a new twist. That was the first thing I thought of, like it's never happened before. I mean, like Hannah said, there's just a lot of things that can happen. You just really want to get through the week. Hopefully, if the tribe swap happens, you know, you can't ever expect anything to happen now because, I mean, there could be twists any week, but you just want to get through this week and hopefully you end up on the top in the tribe swap and get the numbers you want. So, I mean, these next 2 weeks are basically locked.
Talking to one person that does have an advantage. Erica, how do you feel like if you can trust your own Zeleny members coming into this tribal to keep you here, even though you have an advantage?
Even though I
Like,
think...
can you trust your Zeleny members coming into here?
I think absolutely. I've trusted, like, the first vote. I mean, Addie and Megan both weren't at tribal, and so Hannah was the only person who was at that tribal and was the only person who whispered in my ear, this is how the vote's going, because I had I had no idea that a single person was thinking about voting Aaron. So Hannah had my back on the first one. The second one was pretty across the board. We were all set on that. But I've trusted Hannah, and I'm sure that Addie and Megan would have done the same, but location permitting, I don't see a reason not to trust them. They've had my back since the beginning.
Interesting. Addie, so talk to me about Mike and Austin win the challenge. They don't pick any of you four Zeleny members, which are coincidentally or ironically 4 girls in the Zeleny tribe. What are your thoughts behind that? Can you really, I mean, like, do you really know how close you are with these people in your tribe?
I think I do know how close I am with my tribe. I trust all of you guys, and as far as that, those 2 boys picking them, I think, honestly, I wasn't really expecting them to pick me, so I didn't really take it to heart. I didn't doubt, like, how close I am with them based on who they picked. I still think, like, we're strong, and yeah.
Jack, talk to me about this vote. Do you think it's a clear vote coming into it? Do you think both sides have a plan and one plan will win?
I think that's what it's perceived to be right now. Everyone's got their own idea of what's going to happen. I feel like I have a clear idea of what I'm going to do, and the people that I trust, hopefully they do the same that I want, like for our plan, for the best for like my numbers and my alliance. I mean, the vote could go any way you want it to go, depending on who's willing to do what. But I feel like there's definitely clear lines drawn, whether everyone knows it or not. And this vote will just be pretty telling to what's going to happen in the future, especially in the tribe swap.
Eli, same question. Going to the tribe swap, how essential is it that you stick with the people that you trust for this vote?
I think it's everything, because going to the tribe swap, you don't know what numbers you're going to have, you don't know who's going to be in your tribe. So I think making sure you trust people and making sure people trust you is of utmost importance right now.
With that said, it's time to vote. Meg, you'll come follow me. That's fair. Just show the camera and say anything you want to say.
just for him to being able to put your name down this week. You need to go, and frankly, if you're in the game any longer, I might just quit.
Once the votes are read, the decision is final. The person voted out will be asked to leave tribal council area immediately. With that said, if anybody has a hidden immunity idol and wants to play it, now will be the time to do so.
You sure this isn't real?
That is not a real idol. That was the idol played by Nassan, by the way, viewers. All right, I'll read the votes. First vote, Eli. 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 3 votes Eli, 0 votes anyone else, 8 votes left. Hannah. 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 That's 3 votes Eli, 3 votes Hannah, 5 votes left. Eli. Hannah. 4 votes Eli, 4 votes Hannah, 3 votes left. Hannah. Eli. We're tied again. 5 votes Hannah, 5 votes Eli, 1 vote left. And the 5th person voted out of Syrvivor Syracuse, Snakes and Secrets, is Hannah. Hannah, you can grab your torch. Hannah, the tribe is spoken. From scenes from our next episode.
I mean, I'm proud of the game I played so far, but I have so much more, and it just sucks because I let down everyone I was trying to prove something to, and it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating because if I just could have gotten my hands on the idol first, if I just could have gotten Erica to play the idol for me, if Jack wasn't such a fucking asshole, I would still be in the game, and it sucks. It so sucks, and I knew this was worst case scenario. I knew this could have happened, and I just let it, and this is game changing. They voted out the winner. You know what I mean? Pre-merge. I mean, it's devastating. It's devastating. Something people don't realize is how painful this game is, and this is it, you know. So yeah, that's the end of my journey, and it's over. Didn't even make it to the tribe swap.
On the next episode of Syrvivor Syracuse, we see a more traditional tribe swap. As new alliances form, some alliances get stronger, new players get their footing in this game, and new threats become more and more powerful.